like, share, subscribe. Shouts out to the Lions Den community. And don't y'all forget to subscribe to the podcast show. Link will be pinned in the top of the chat.
Just name the channel who could bang with us. I'll prove that you are smoking dust. GGB Media is top notch in this game, y'all. You failures only have yourself to blame, y'all. Ticket TV and a weapons make you suckers cry. Why don't you close your channel, crawl into a hole and die? Shout out to those who love our movement, no, we'll never flop until you get your mouth on LGBT. We are the underground outfit, y'all. We built this whole thing by ourselves, no in y'all. Independence start with self-preservation. If you can't take care of self, then how can you build a nation, y'all? Yup, we got that merch for the ladies and yes, we even got that merch for the babies and we got appliances and everything that you will need. We got some banging songs that make anemic haters bleed.
All right, man. Y'all press 2 if y'all can hear me in the comments. Let me get a mic check real quick. Press 2 if y'all can hear me in the comments. Salute everybody. Appreciate all y'all hopping in. We definitely gonna talk about this situation. I appreciate all y'all. And let y'all can hear me? Yeah, man. I was listening to my brother 7 Sports TV's video a few minutes ago, and it prompted me to go to listen to Stephen A. Snitch video. I'm not subscribed to his channel, so I didn't know he had spoken on this, but I actually went to his channel after I was listening to 7 A's video, and Stephen A. supposed to be Shannon's boy. You know what I'm saying? He's supposed to be riding with Shannon, and after listening to that video, it seemed like Stephen A. was not willing to put himself in the foxhole with Shannon Sharpe, man. It was like Stephen A. afraid of that smoke. He got his payday, and it's like Stephen A. don't want no smoke with that situation. And Stephen A. sat up there and basically, dipped and dodged around the issue. Stephen A. Snitch basically was up there talking about how he's torn, on Shannon Sharpe's lawsuit. And I thought 7-8 made a great point when he said in his video, bro, that's supposed to be your man's, though. How you torn, but you wasn't torn with Skip Bayless? When Skip Bayless allegations came out, you couldn't believe it. When Dana White put his hands on his wife on tape, and he went on national TV, Stephen A. Snitch sat up there and had an excuse. Oh, I like Dana White. And they kept having Dana White. And Stephen A. even asked Dana White, what do you think your punishment should be? And Dana White said, I ain't give myself no punishment. I ain't get no punishment. What you talking about? Punish myself. Stephen A. Smith didn't say nothing. He bowed down. But now, Shannon Sharpe facing it. And I told you guys, I think Shannon Sharpe's up out of there, man. Stephen A. basically, won't back the man. Like 100% he won't back him, right? And then he says, I don't know where this is going to go. He said, I don't know if that's a strategy that works. Let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all one thing about Ticket. If I know somebody and I know you, I'm riding for you, bro. Especially in a situation like this. Stephen A. Snitch, who spends a lot of time around Shannon Sharpe, right? For him to call Shannon Sharpe his brother, and Sharpe be going through one of his worst situations, he said that Sharpe called him and told him that this wasn't true. And Stephen A still won't go out there now and go head on for Shannon Sharpe. Talking about, I don't know if that's a strategy that will work. When Shannon Sharpe basically talked about how he says that Tony Busby goes after black men. All right. Let me say this to y'all, bro. All right. Let me say this to y'all. Shannon Sharpe have strong opinions on many things. Right? He's commented on the Larsa Pippen, Marcus Jordan situation. Remember when he said that Larsa used to babysit Marcus Jordan? Remember when he said that? Now, let me remind y'all. See, all this stuff is coming back. Remember when he said that Larsa used to babysit Marcus Jordan? Bro, you Shannon Sharpe, how you gonna say that, bro? You out here dating a girl damn near 30 years younger than you. It's like, you see this type of stuff I'm talking about, right? Then all the times he was riding with Skip when Skip was rolling on Russell Westbrook. We got to keep it real now, right? Being extra. Like they was doing stuff to try to hurt the man's career. The way they was covering this dude. Right? The comments on multiple other situations. On Ocho's situation, he had his own commentary on that. With Ocho and the girl. What's the girl's name was? Sherelle? So, yeah. Shannon's had something to say about everything. That's why dudes were saying he's Wendy Williams with a bench press, weight press. That's what D.L. Hewley was saying. All right? And that's just what it is, bro. Whenever we cover this stuff, everybody's going to talk about everybody, man, whatever situation you got going on. But when it comes to you, you can't be willing to accept it. When you dish it out, when you give opinions on people, and you talk about people's personal situations and stuff, you know what I'm saying? But the fact that Stephen A. snitched didn't stand up for his partner. When I heard 7-8 video, I was like, what? I went and listened to Stephen A. And I was like, damn, dog. And 7-8 made a great point in this video. He said, it's like Stephen A. know this man trying to get his money coming up. He don't got his money. So it almost seems like a situation like, I ain't finna jeopardize myself, and I ain't finna put myself in your situation to help you. You on your own. You know, you got to deal with that on your own. That's crazy, man. Especially with his comments on Skip and his comments regarding the situation with Dana White. Shannon Sharpe has also been into it with Kwame Brown. Right? Said some disparaging things about Kwame Brown. Right? And just, you know, other situations, man. But I'm going to tell y'all something. This situation, this is the reason why I go so hard at brothers like this. It's not because you want to see brothers be torn down. It's because you have to set a standard. Once again, my brother 7-8 made some comments, and because I listened to a different video he made. You know what I'm saying? and I'm pretty sure he'll hear this video. And he was just saying that, look, man, all men say that stuff to women. He said, if you don't, you basically, I disagree with my brother. And I call him and tell him that I disagree with my brother on that. Not all men talk to women like that. Like, I'm going to do this to you. I'm going to do that to you. Like me, I don't have the time for it, bro. I ain't finna be, you know what I'm saying, dog? If shorty ain't rapping, look, I just go get another shorty, you know what I'm saying? Straight like that, you know? And I know he probably going to be like, but that's my guy. I love that brother. But I understand what he was trying to say. But the thing with Sharpe is that he been so critical of other situations. Listen to how he's criticized Zion. Listen to how he's criticized John Morant. The man was ready to fight a whole basketball team. Right? Right? I want y'all to understand this. And then tonight, I want to tell you guys, I heard some other brothers online saying, oh, man, you know, Sharpe paid the settlement. Man, niggas ain't cracking 10. Look, it ain't 10 million. The lawyer said it's tens of millions. Is what his lawyer, Shannon Sharpe's lawyer, said that today in the meeting. He said that. He offered tens of millions to this girl. People act like mofos just waking up, just giving out chicks this money. That's not, sorry. And I told y'all, I felt like she had Sharpe dead to rights somewhere. That's the only way I could see her turn that down. Ain't no OnlyFans chick turning down $10 to $20 million, y'all, unless she got this nigga dead to rights. So, Busby and them put in a lawsuit that after January the 2nd or January the 1st is when she told him that this was not consensual anymore. He said that she had been fed up from the whole situation with the IG Live, which I'm going to tell y'all this. I don't necessarily believe her as far as her reasonings, right? I believe it's some other things that's going on, right? And I'm going to tell y'all this. TMZ, there was text put out. And in these text messages that were put out, there were messages, a few messages. Some of these messages, and again, you have to look at the date. They were from 2024, when she claims that the relationship was consensual. And this is where you have to question the mentality and the mindset of Shannon Sharpe, right? Because when you look at those messages, the first one says, I want to be abused, daddy. That was on 6/14/2024. She said that. This is before the IG Live video. Then she says, on a different date, I want some hardcore action, though. And then she wrote a different text, and I can't put it up here because of the picture, where she said she wanted him to basically, and basically she wanted him to drop it like it's hot on her. Feel me? But then this happened. And I think this is going to be would trick or put Shannon Sharpe in a trick bag? Is he going to be able to get around this? She has those messages on the 2nd of January, which is when they allege in a lawsuit that she told him, no, it's off now. It's not consensual. I don't want to be with you. And when you look in the text messages, it says right there, but I cried when you left because I begged you to put a condom on and not put it in my A, and you didn't listen. I don't care what our history is. No means no, Shannon. She got him. And this is the reason why I told you guys. This is the reason why I told you guys that Shannon made a major mistake, man. The next message she says, I don't know how to process this. And then Shannon responds and says, can I call you later? Question mark. Timestamps right there. Timestamps right there. And as you can look at the source, it's from Shannon Sharpe's phone. Tony Busby says he's going to play that full video. She says, now I want to talk to y'all about this. She claims in a lawsuit, she claims that, and here's the thing, it's hard to say she's a gold digger because Shannon Sharpe approached her. And if you read the lawsuit, Shannon Sharpe, she didn't know who the hell he was. Let's just be honest. If Shannon Sharpe goes in your average weight gym with people who don't watch basketball or football, they're just bodybuilding. They don't know who the hell this big triple bass mouth looking dude is. Dude walking in there all these muscles, and he look like he don't be doing no leg work. He do all muscle work. Just big muscle head in that junk with glasses on with a part. 56 years old with a part. Looking crazy. Nobody know the hell he is. So he looking at her in there in the weight room, and she said he come up to him pressing up on her like all the time, like, yo, what's good? She don't know who he is. And she was like, he was persistent. She said she was 19 at the time. I mean, bro, a judge gonna look at that. A judge gonna look at that, and a judge gonna say, they're gonna hit, and I'm gonna tell y'all something. Shannon should have never spoken. He should have never said nothing. See, I told y'all this in an earlier video. Skip Bayless, that little chump, have been able to slide under all his allegations. You know why? Because he never spoke on it. He let his lawyers do all the work in court. He never spoke on it. Shannon Sharpe came out talking. And I told y'all, as soon as that fool came out and did that talking, this girl was going to drop them receipts. Ain't no girl in the world going to sue you for $50 million. Ain't got no receipts, nigga. So let me tell y'all, Tony Busby revealed today they have more audio that's more damning than the audio that they released. Which, if another audio drops, Shannon Sharpe will be fired tonight from ESPN. They already said they're investigating him and they're taking it serious, according to Stephen A. Snitch. They're investigating into Shannon Sharpe, which probably means he's going to be fired because of those statements. But, and I know dudes, they ain't gonna want to stand with me off my stance off what I'm saying, but I ain't backing off what I'm saying because I know what I'm saying is true, and my heart is in the right place, bro. These dudes setting themselves up for destruction. And when niggas is giving these dudes a pass, what it do is it fuck up the game for all the other young dudes. They don't get to learn from these clowns' mistakes. So when we don't call this shit out and put it on Front Street and let them know this type of simping is not allowed, then what they do is they follow their predecessors and do the same dumb ish. My brother 7 Sports TV said something, and I agree with him. If Shay Sharpe is gonna get a freak, go get a real all-out freak. That's what she with. She ain't playing no games. She with the freakiness. She all out freaky freak. And she down with, she ain't fit to be playing no games with you. But Shannon Sharpe went to the gym, according to the reports, and walked up on this 19-year-old. You could hear from the audio in her voice. And then think about how diabolical this shit is. All this time, Shannon Sharpe been negotiating a settlement behind the scenes with this girl. But he been out here on his networks talking about everybody else like there ain't nothing going on with him. Business as usual. I want y'all to think about that. Think about what I just said. You would have never thought he had this shit going on behind the scenes. So when I hear people saying, oh man, he didn't pay the 10 million. No, nigga, you pay $1 million or $2 million to make it go away. Nigga, you ain't finna give up no. His lawyer said tens of millions. Tens of millions, his lawyer said. That he was willing to pay. His lawyer said that today. There ain't no nigga in America giving up that type of money unless she got you dead to rights. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. They dropped that next audio. And here's the bad part right here, right? She probably would have been smarter just to take the 15, 20 million, whatever it was going to be. And just go on, let Shannon get his deal. But the fact that she came out and said, nah, I'm going to sue you, Shannon Sharpe ain't got that deal yet. He ain't got that $100 million deal yet. His other contract's not up yet. So he's not up there telling y'all that it's coming up. So what this could do is, this could hinder you from getting that next deal and hurt your money. So when a judge looks at judgments and he looks at your finances and and how much money you're worth and all this other stuff, she probably would have got more and she would have settled. Because I'm be honest with you, y'all got to remember Shannon Sharpe got a lot of people that don't like him. You guys forgot this. Shannon Sharpe have a lot of people that don't like him. I'm talking about people in the industry. He got a lot of people that don't like him. They say he's a gossip machine. They say he's the male Wendy Williams or whatever they call him. You've heard this. Shannon Sharpe have been very, very, very critical of other people with his comments. I'm just saying, bro. And see how quick everybody is to jump to Shannon's defense whenever he got something going on with him. Right? But again, so I'm just going to tell y'all, man, that text message right there, That first one, bro, where she wrote, "But I cried when you left because I begged you." I want y'all to think about this. She said, "I begged you to put on a condom, put a condom on, and not put it in my A, and you didn't listen." He's done. You know why he's done? Because he didn't deny it right there. He didn't deny it. He didn't say, "Oh, you a guy, you a dick." Because see, let me tell y'all something. Somebody would have said that to you. First thing you a goddamn, you a damn lie. The hell you talking about? Shannon Sharpe's response was, "Can I call you later?" That's 2025, right on the date the girl said. Right on the day she said. And everybody talking about, oh, why she would be recording. You guys demonize these girls for not having evidence. Then when they go get their evidence now, y'all say, oh, she's scandalous. She recorded the nigga. Nigga, make up your minds. Make up your minds. Y'all demonize these girls for having no evidence. If a girl ain't got no receipts, y'all call them liars, all kind of stuff. If she get evidence, now, oh, she plotting on the nigga. She scum. She this, she that. What is you talking about? She said that Shannon Sharpe started recording her first and sending it to his friends. She said that she told him after the IG Live incident that their situation was non-consensual after that, going into that next year on the 2nd of February. There you have that on your screen. Is it hard to believe what she said about the non-consent? Because Shannon Sharpe did admit that he wasn't hacked, and he lied about being hacked going on IG Live when he was allegedly having sex with that girl, Michelle. So that would mean Michelle didn't know she was being recorded. And every last one of these Negroes on YouTube said that Shannon was capping when he said that he was hacked. They all said that nigga lying. But now they trying to tear a black man down. I reject that shit. Because when Shannon Sharpe had the IG Live incident, niggas didn't stand with Shannon Sharpe. I did. Niggas said, "Oh no, Shannon Sharpe lying. That nigga cap. That nigga, he ain't." And then people was making videos showing how to go live on IG Live. These are all facts. These are all facts. This is why you can't never determine who is what. Because see, I don't really trust this girl too much as far as, because she do all her other little BS. I seen it. But Shannon Sharpe is a damn fool. He put himself in the do-low twist, nigga, like Kwame Brown's. He put himself in the game, nigga. He put himself in the game. Straight up. You on tape saying this type of stuff to this girl, and everybody said, "Oh man, why she tape the nigga?" Because if she didn't have tape, y'all would say she was lying. Shannon Sharpe came out and said, "Hey, they're gonna release a 30-second edited video. The video is like 10 minutes. How you know how long the video is if you never seen the video?" Which they said you did see the video, the full video, when y'all had your settlement. So if you seen the full goddamn video when y'all had y'all settlement, why the hell would you offer her any money? Shannon Sharpe came out today and said, "Release the full video, Tony," knowing that Tony Busby is not going to release a full sex video to the general public. That's illegal. He know that. But people are so stupid and slow on social media and on YouTube, they will sit up here and say, "Hey man, why ain't Tony dropped the video?" He can't drop a porn. He can't drop a corn video on you on the social media, fool. He can't. You've never seen it done before, where somebody came out and dropped that video in the public. He can't drop that, like, and Shannon knew that. In my opinion, he made all kind of mistakes. If Shannon, like he said, Shannon said, hey man, they edited the tape, they did all this, put out the full tape. If Shannon really saw the full tape, he wouldn't get that girl no money. Shannon Sharpe would have shook her, would have came out already and said, hey, look, this girl's trying to shake me down. I seen the tape. They need to put out the full tape. It proves, it exonerates me, and I'm not paying her no money. Nope. He was willing to pay this behind the scenes, and he saw that tape. And Tony Busby said they showed it to him behind the scenes when they had that meeting. To me, I believe Shannon knew she had all of these things, as far as once he seen that tape and he knew those text messages, they surprised him with that audio. He got caught off guard with that audio. Remember, y'all, and let me say this to everybody that's listening, because I'm keeping this shit 1,000. This is how buffoons a lot of these people on social media are. When the audio came out, these buck dancing ass Negroes on YouTube tried to say, hey man, I don't believe that. It doesn't sound real. It's edited. Nigga, Shannon Sharpe ain't say it's edited, nigga. Let me repeat myself. Shannon Sharpe have not made one statement debunking that audio. Excuse me, the audio. He hasn't made one statement saying, hey man, that's AI, that's fixed. But these chumps was willing to come out here. Think about this. They flooded all these YouTube comment sections. Man, that's AI, man. That ain't Unc, man. They capping, they set him up. This nigga refused to even speak about that. Because I believe that Tony Busby hit that nigga with a blind side with that audio. Because Tony Busby said, we got multiple audios. That's just one. And if you see how he working, that's probably the lightest one that he released. So why y'all really think that this man was getting ready to pay tens of millions of dollars? Because he probably seen all this stuff this girl had and said, damn, I effed up. Think about it. Now, you talking to a guy right here that can't nobody on YouTube say, I ain't support Shannon Sharpe. When all these Negroes running around here saying Shannon Sharpe was zesty, when they was cracking on Shannon Sharpe, when they was saying all this stuff, I stood up for Shannon Sharpe. I came in here and called all these dudes cap and said, these dudes, y'all the ones that's zesty for looking at that dude like that. But now, when I told y'all, when everybody came out banging on that girl in the first few messages, and y'all didn't read the lawsuit, because the lawsuit was specific. When y'all didn't read the lawsuit, and y'all came out banging on them, I'm telling you, right now, I said, y'all need to hold on. Guess what I told y'all? I said it. Y'all need to hold on. Y'all didn't want to listen. Straight up. So now, the audio came out. And that audio caught Shannon off guard, because Shannon was on live today on ESPN when that audio came out. You could see his face. It was like somebody sent him a message. And his face went straight down. And because look, he had the same clothes on First Take today. That same clothes he had on. And he was sitting there in that same room when he put out that little 1-minute video and put it online. He never addressed that audio. Everybody else was saying, hey man, that audio's fake. Shannon Sharpe ain't say it's fake. Think about this. These dudes have no critical thinking skills. You got all these dudes out here boo-hooing for Shay Sharpe. when most of these dudes was criticizing him. Think about this. Most of these dudes was criticizing Shay Sharpe, saying he was zesty, saying he's a gossip machine, saying they don't like him. Think about it. I'm just keeping it real. And I told everybody, I said, man, y'all need to be quiet. I said, because Shannon Sharpe played this whole thing wrong. See, I'm going to tell y'all something. Y'all see Skip Bayless ain't run his mouth when that lawsuit came out. You know why? Because Skip ain't no damn fool. He didn't want this to play out in the public. Because Skip know, if you come out and say something and put it out there in the public, they might can come put something out public on you. And again, they wasn't going to put this out here in the public as far as those audio and that video. But Tony Busby says since Shannon Sharpe broke the confidentiality agreement, well, damn it, let's get to it. Think about it. And as Shannon Sharpe was up there all this time, scolding Ocho. I told y'all, you got to look at everything. You got to look at everything. Scolding Ocho, right? Got to look at everything. Telling y'all what it is. But now, y'all see on the screen, she gonna get paid in full just because of that. Where was Shannon Sharpe's response? When she wrote that, he was supposed to instantly come back and say, what are you talking about? I didn't violate you. Because look what she wrote. And she made sure she did that. This girl right here was very calculated. I'm going to tell y'all something. I believe this. This is what I believe, and I'm going to let y'all hear what I believe, and I'm going to leave it at this. I truly believe that her and Shannon had a freaky, deaky relationship from the beginning. I believe her and Shannon was doing some of the most nastiest stuff you could ever imagine in the bedroom. I believe it, and it was all consensual. I believe that this girl probably thought that she saw all of this stuff with Shannon, probably the cars, the house, the beautiful things, the man living well, you know what I'm saying? All this stuff. She's looking at this dude like, all right, yeah, this me for good. I'm locked in. Right? What Shannon Sharpe do, y'all? This nigga got the IG live where he's screaming out, Michelle, 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 name. Another girl. Who, by the way, Shannon Sharpe has never mentioned that lawsuit that he has out against a girl named Michelle Evans. Nobody knows if that's the same Michelle. He's got a current lawsuit out right now with her with some similar allegations. Nobody's talking about that. Everybody talking about this. Think about what I said. So I believe once that girl who she was probably getting her confidence and feeling a way about being around Shannon and all that little freaky stuff, and you never know if Shannon was dropping her off money, because I didn't say this. Her lawyer said this. I believe that it went from being a relationship where she was being freaky deaky and doing anything he wanted, and he was doing anything she wanted, and whatever it was. I believe once that IG live dropped and she seen that Shannon was boning another chick, I believe she lost her mind. This is my personal belief. I believe from that moment forward, she probably was like, oh, okay, so that's what we doing? And I believe that is when his lawyer said that the relationship went to being transactional about money. Hence, you had these tweets. That's after the IG incident in 2024. So this makes sense now when she says 25 for each cheek, because Shannon Sharpe's lawyer came out today and said that Shannon Sharpe was paying for the booty, basically. He said it went from being consensual to transactional. Shannon Sharpe's lawyer said that today. So who knows how much money Shannon Sharpe may have blown on this chick? We don't know. But I believe that's when she took it like that. When she saw what was going on, she was like, okay, I'm going to check him. And then she probably felt a whole different way about this dude. So, like, she probably got the message that she wasn't going, it ain't going down like this. Because she said Shannon told her, and he demonized her and told her, nobody will ever want you after me. That's what she said in the lawsuit. So I believe now, after all the things she alleged, she said that he secretly recorded her, sent it to his friends, sent it to a friend named Bucky, all these other Bucket, all these other things she alleged. I believe that's what she did. Right? And then I believe is what it came to this, what we saw right here. I believe that she turned sour on Shannon. And now it was, oh no, it's going to be about money if I'm with you. That's what I believe. Don't blame it on me. I'm going to say it again. I have the receipts. I have the receipts, y'all. I have the receipts right here. I have the receipts. And I will play these receipts for y'all right now because I have those receipts. The lawyer, again, not me, the lawyer said this. He said, and I quote, that it went from being consensual to transactional. Let me play that for y'all so y'all can hear what Shannon Sharpe. This is Shannon Sharpe's lawyer, Lanny J. Davis. This is his lawyer.
Did you and Shannon offer to settle these accusations? Yes, there was a settlement offer made by Mr. Sharpe. I will only generally say to you that it was in the tens of millions of dollars demanded by the plaintiff.
See, everybody keeps saying 10 million. He said it was in the tens of millions of dollars that his lawyer said they offered this girl. What nigga you know offer an OnlyFans chick tens of millions of dollars before you get the bag? Nigga, come on. Let's stop. Unless you know she got you dead to rights. Cut it out, nigga. Most niggas that tell that chick, hey, look, here go a meal at most. Here go a $500,000 a meal. Most chicks will take that and they gone. Nigga, she turned down 10 million of millions, meaning shit, probably like 20-something million. See, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Here's what I think. If she told him that she was gonna sue him for 50 million, I believe Shannon Sharpe probably came with 25. I believe that's the real number. Probably around 25. Because his lawyer said of millions. Listen to what his lawyer said. Not me, his lawyer. Right? So let's listen to what his lawyer said right there.
Did you and Shannon offer to settle these accusations? Yes, there was a settlement offer made by Mr. Sharpe. I will only generally say to you that it was in the tens of millions of dollars demanded by the plaintiff in return for her silence. That's under any definition commonly understood. That is blackmail. And
now, he said that is blackmail. He said she demanded that. But see, he said that's blackmail, but Shannon was willing to pay that. So is it really blackmail? Is it really blackmail? I'm asking a question. Think about this. But now it goes on to say that this relationship turned to transactional. Now let's get to that.
Who is a retired judge, was given a warning out of courtesy. This case was filed and the public charges went throughout the media before we even knew that the discussions were over and the case had been filed.
Mr. Davis, last Friday, Front Office Sports reported Mr. Sharpe was in line for a $100 million deal for his podcast. On Sunday, the lawsuit was filed. Is there a timing issue here?
This is one of those two facts line up one after the other where everyone can draw their own reasonable inference. So I have a reasonable inference. It's my reasonable inference. Others might disagree that they're very related, that this plaintiff was looking for money. What she does on OnlyFans was for money in role playing.
Let's stop that. Shannon's lawyer says, oh, well, she does this on OnlyFans for money and for money. Why deal with her then? Why deal with an OnlyFans chick? Why? Stinking thinking. But instead of all these brothers out here putting Shannon Sharpe on the grill, the same way Shannon Sharpe have criticized other dudes that look like us, niggas giving them the easy way out. Oh man, he's trying to gang on him, man. He's trying to no. He finna get that same smoke. That same smoke he dish out on people, he finna get that right back. Finna get that right back. That same smoke. When you sit up there high and mighty and you do that, to whom much is given, much is required. These are facts. And I ain't saying nobody perfect, but nigga, you can't be out here talking that shit and you ain't walking it, nigga. This whole time since February, this man been in mediation about this lawsuit. Meanwhile, he been out here in the public talking like everything, ain't nothing going on with him. These are facts. These are facts. This is a real conversation that got to be had. Now, listen to what the lawyer said. So the lawyer is not giving no accountability to Shannon, which Shannon deserves most all the accountability for this because he put himself in that situation because he approached her. It would be different if she approached him. He approached her. Shannon hasn't even denied that he approached her originally. Right? Think about it. Think what I said. Now, he says that it turned out to be a money situation. Nobody's criticizing Shannon for that. His lawyer said this.
Others might disagree that they're very related, that this plaintiff was looking for money. What she does on OnlyFans was for money in role-playing and virtual fantasy with men who pay her. At the end of the relationship, it's not known yet, but it is a fact that the plaintiff started to charge Mr. Sharpe money.
There you go right there. He said at the end of the relationship, it's not known yet, but it will be known soon that Shannon Sharpe started paying that girl. I told y'all this the other day. That explains to this tweet right here on the 1st, because she said it was non-consensual on the 2nd. That explains this tweet about $25K for each cheek. He says it's a fact Shannon was paying for that thing. That's what he said. His own lawyer. That's why I told y'all Shannon Sharpe had to hold, in my opinion, all the accountability for this. Because I believe, as I told y'all, when that IG video, when that shit popped off, that made that girl feel a different way. That girl probably felt special. Young girl, being around Sharpe, finding out who he is, being around him, going to the crib, seeing all the cars, seeing the big house, seeing everything he got. She probably felt like, yeah, I'm running this shit. After a few times over there, she probably felt like, yeah, I'm running this shit. I'm over here. I'm in here. Yeah, I'm in this thing. And then once that IG live video come out, and Shay's in that joint saying, yeah, Michelle. And then he goes on Nightcap after that, bragging after he apologized first. That girl probably felt the way. She probably felt the way. I'm telling y'all what it is. She probably felt the way. So now we're at a whole different situation now, y'all. Because now it turned to be a pay-for-play situation. So how can Shannon's lawyer, in my opinion, criticize this girl for being on OnlyFans and doing things for money when he admitted himself that Shannon Sharpe started paying her for the booty? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Right? Seems like she had Shannon Sharpe hooked on that booty. So now she had control of the situation. Because if he's paying for it, that means that she know he really wanted it. This is not no innuendo. This is not Tony Busby. This is Shannon Sharpe's lawyer saying this. Let me rewind it again.
This is one of those two facts line up one after the other where everyone can draw their own reasonable inference. So I have a reasonable inference. It's my reasonable inference. Others might disagree that they're very related, that this plaintiff was looking for money. What she does on OnlyFans was for money in role-playing and virtual fantasy with men who pay her. At the end of the relationship, it's not known yet, but it is a fact that the plaintiff started to charge Mr. Sharpe money. So the relationship became transactional. This is who she is.
This is who she is. So his lawyer's admitting this is who she is. And Shannon Sharpe still hung around this type of stuff. Who y'all blaming somebody else for? See a fool, play a fool. What? Nobody should be blaming nobody else. There should be nobody else getting blamed except for Sharpe. These are all facts. All facts. All facts. Then, when they asked him again, how much money did Shannon Sharpe offer this girl? Listen to what he said. He didn't say 10 million. He said tens of millions. Listen.
It's up to them to explain.
The next question is coming from Edward Lewis from TMZ. I just want to be clear, Mr. Sharpe did make his accuser an offer in the tens of millions of dollars range, correct?
In the multiple of 10, that's all I'm going to say at this point. But yes, the answer is yes, in multiple.
And the multiples of tens. And this is his lawyer. Y'all think Shannon Sharpe gonna give this girl $20, $30 million and she lying, nigga? Now everybody out here trying to blame this girl. She set him up. No, he set himself up. There ain't no accountability around here. And that's the problem I have. There ain't no self-accountability. Listen to what his lawyer said again. This is Shannon Sharpe's lawyer.
Lawyer did that is up to them to explain.
The next question is coming from Edward Lewis from TMZ. I just want to be clear, Mr. Sharpe did make his accuser an offer in the tens of millions of dollars range, correct?
In the multiple of 10. That's all I'm willing to say at this point. But yes, the answer is yes, in multiples of 10 million, more than 10 million.
And the multiples of 10 million, more than 10 million. Who doing that just to make this lawsuit go away? If Shannon Sharpe say that, yeah, man, they edited the tape, man. They edited the video, man. They edited the video, man. It's supposed to be like 10 minutes long, man. Tony, put out the whole tape. Knowing Tony ain't gonna put out no corn tape to the world. Knowing he gonna wait to put it out in court. He know that. Tony Busby will be breaking the law if he put that type of tape out. And Shannon Sharpe know that. That's why his dare fell on deaf ears. You guys fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. Yeah, man. Why won't Tony put out the full tape? He ain't putting out no... Boy, that's why Tony said we're going to play the tape in court to the jury. The full tape. Think people don't use their brains. They blaming everybody else except for Shannon Sharpe. And you know why? Don't get mad at his lawyer. Don't get mad at his lawyer because Tony Busby had already packed this nigga up. I told y'all this. Tony Busby already packed Shannon Sharpe up. All you gotta do is look at what Tony Busby said. Tony Busby already packed Shay Sharpe up. Shay Sharpe had already been packed up. This was easy. This is probably one of the easiest works for Tony Busby. Look at what he said. Shannon Sharpe released a false and misleading statement through his attorney. The statement from Shannon Sharpe's newest lawyer falsely accuses Mrs. Jane Doe of editing a video, a claim that is not only demonstrably false, but also desperate. The lawyer also suggests that Mrs. Doe refused to make a video available to Mr. Sharpe again. This assertion is easily proven untrue. In fact, Mrs. Doe insisted that he watched it, which is the reason why I think Shannon Sharpe was willing to come about that bread. I truly believe in my heart, and I'm not going to sit up here and lie to nobody. I believe, and I have a right to believe what I want to believe. I believe that girl, Tony Busby, and them people got in that room. I believe they played that tape, and I believe Shannon Sharpe said, well, how much you want? I believe that girl told him 50. He probably said, we can do 20, 20, 10, 15, 20, 20, something like that. She knows she's got a tape, text messages, and audio. She don't tell him she got audio. He just thinks she got a video. Think about it. Think about it. Amateur hour, and niggas is getting mad at me for telling the truth. No, nigga, I'm cooking these niggas 3 the hard way for being stupid when they have money in a position of power, nigga. When you get that type of money, when you get in that type of position, nigga, you have to be on your P's and Q's, period. There ain't no excuse. You representing everybody, nigga, whether you like it or not. The niggas gonna hate that I say that, but it's real, nigga. That's why we losing so many of the guys that these niggas call leaders, because they don't have no leadership qualities. They ratchet. They don't know what to do with money, and they run around here acting like a bunch of damn fools when they get it. And ain't nobody out here checking this shit in front of all these young fellas so they'll know, don't grow up and do this dumb shit too. Period. And these are all facts. See, Tony Busby probably learned from the other situations he'd been in. So he said, you know what? I'm not even going to tell Shannon Sharpe everything we got. I'm not even going to tell him about that audio that we got. I didn't even put it in the lawsuit. But guess what, Shannon? Since you want to allegedly break this confidentiality agreement you signed and tell everybody that we got a video, guess what I'm going to do? You want to come out here and try to put out some allegedly old tweets when you knew we said it was consensual before? I'm going to drop this audio on your helmet. And that's exactly what happened. And Shannon Sharpe was on live on First Take. Tony Busby probably knew exactly what they was doing. And I'm going to tell you something. He probably was watching TV when he did it. Meaning Tony Busby was probably watching First Take when he dropped that video on viral on TMZ. And Shannon Sharpe got that message during the show. And you can see his demeanor and his whole situation came down. I watched the show. And you could tell as soon as they got a little break, Shannon Sharpe went over there and made that 1 minute video talking about Tony's got a video. And he shakes down black men. He did the same thing to Jay-Z. Notice how he didn't say Diddy. He didn't want to put himself in that circle. Notice how he didn't say he did the same thing to Deshaun Watson. Why he couldn't say Deshaun Watson? Because he's been criticizing Deshaun Watson for everything on the football field ever since the last few years. Come on now. These are all facts. These are all facts. When you get the money, you can't blow the bag. Period. Niggas get rich and start living out all the fantasies of all the things they could never do when they were poor. Think about it. When people get rich, they live out all the fantasies of things they couldn't do when they were poor. See, when I ain't had no money in my pocket, I still could pull a beautiful woman. These is facts. Some niggas can't. They don't know how to talk to women. When I was walking around school campus with $5 in my pocket, nigga, I still had a bad chick. Some dudes couldn't. Some dudes, the only way they could get ladies is if they had money. So sometimes when these niggas be becoming millionaires and stuff, they lose their mind. Start making irrational, crazy decisions. Think about this. These are the lessons that the other young fellas need to learn so they don't fall into the same trap. These are all facts. Tony Busby cooked this dude 3 the hard way. He says the lawyer also suggests that Mrs. Doe refused to make the video available to Mr. Sharpe. Again, this assertion is easily proven untrue. In fact, Mrs. Doe insisted he watched it. You know how I know that's true? Because Shannon Sharpe put out his own video today and said, Tony, why don't you put out the full video? How the hell does Shannon Sharpe know how long the full video is? Because he said the full video is about 10 something minutes. How does Shannon Sharpe know how long the full video is unless he saw it? If Shannon Sharpe was going to say, how does Shannon Sharpe know Tony Busby is going to put out a 30-second video? That's what he said. How do you know that if you're not talking to Tony Busby? You got yourself caught up, brother. The only way Shannon Sharpe knew that video was 10 minutes is if Tony Busby wasn't lying and they showed this nigga the whole video. That's the only way. He knows Tony Busby legally can't play that video because of its context. He knows that. So him saying, Tony, put out the full video, that's cap, nigga. He can't put out no XXX rated video to the general public. What are you going to do, drop it on Instagram? We gonna give a triple rated X video to Instagram? If that's the case, everybody that's in this whole room right now, y'all would have seen all the Diddy freak off tapes that people have. But they ain't dropping them online because they know it's illegal. That's why y'all will not see any of the publications that got these freak off tapes. Because remember, TMZ said they got some of Diddy's freak off tapes. They never released them to the public. Why? Because it's illegal to release those type of videos. Think about it. Tony Busby said, here's what is true. Although Jane Doe never referred any video or multiple audios, Shannon is done. Read that line again. Here's what is true. Second paragraph, y'all. Although Jane Doe, Severa Jones, baby, let me tell you something, baby, I'm gonna tell you something right now. Do you know who you're talking to? I'm gonna give you a chance to answer that question. Severa Jones, do you know who you're talking to? Huh? I don't put out no fake news, baby. Ticket don't put out no fake news, baby. Baby, I ain't seen parole in a minute, baby. Don't play this game with me, because you will get cooked 3 the hard way. In fact, I feel like cooking your ass right about now. Because ain't nobody safe, baby. Ain't nobody safe. Because when you come in here, running your mouth, talking that yickety yak, I'm going for 50. I'm going for 50. Now, you said TMZ never said they had the freak off tapes. This is how y'all know that these people don't have no mind and don't know how to think. Now, if everybody in here wants me to cook her 3 the hard way, press 1, because I'm proving right now. I'm proving right now. I told you. Right now. So, since you said, oh, TMZ never said they had the freak off tapes, yes, they did. They said they had, they've already seen them too. But since you want to get cooked tonight, we got a lot of ones in the building. Everybody put them ones in the building. Y'all put them ones in the building? Huh? Huh? All right, let me get it. Let me get it and put it up for y'all. Right? Right. Because TMZ did say they saw some of Diddy's freak off tapes. Now, since you say I'm lying, right? Let me pull this article up for you. Let me pull this article up for her. Right? Oh, man. Let me get this right here. Hold on. Hold on 1 second, you guys. Hold on 1 second. Not only TMZ, but other publications said they've seen these freak off tapes as well. We did reports about it over here. They can't put them out to the general public. Hold on. What did she say? What did she say? What did she say? Oh, okay. You said, okay. All right. I'm about to say, I'm about to cook you now. I'm about to cook you, sister. I'll give you a pass. I ain't gonna do you dirty like that. Tell her, baby boo, I ain't finna do her dirty like that. I ain't gonna do her dirty like that. I was getting ready to annihilate her, then block her. I ain't gonna do you like that. I'm gonna let you breathe. I'm gonna let you breathe tonight. I ain't finna do you like that. All right, I'm gonna just apologize because you don't want that type of smoke. So it says, as you guys can see, right? All of these different things, man. Mr. Sharpe's lawyer has decided to breach that subject. We will address it. An incredibly damning video does indeed exist. The contents of that video speaks volumes about Mr. Sharpe and his behavior. That video, which will be played to the jury, is extremely problematic for Mr. Sharpe. Sharpe's team, as I anticipated, decided the existence of this video or disclosed the existence of this video in an effort to try to get ahead of it. That effort will fall flat. In his statement, Mr. Sharpe's attorney references several texts. Every text that Mr. Sharpe's counsel released today, purportedly from Jane Doe, are dated prior to the alleged brutal assault set forth in Jane Doe's case. Those texts were obviously released in an effort to distract the public's attention from the allegations in Jane Doe's lawsuit. It won't work. A little history. Now, see, this is the most diabolical part. How in the blue hell is you going through litigation behind the scenes, but you out here criticizing people in the general public every day? That's crazy work. Read the last paragraph right there, y'all. Back in early February, our office contacted Mr. Sharpe on behalf of Jane Doe and broached the subject of a meeting. Multiple conversations took place. Ultimately, a mediation occurred. Mr. Sharpe was represented by different lawyers in that mediation. That mediation process went for more than 6 weeks, ultimately leaving Mr. Sharpe making an incredibly significant offer to settle. Ultimately, Jane Doe refused end of the hefty sum offered by Shannon Sharpe and instead filed this case. It's right there on the screen. Prior to engaging in the mediation process, Mr. Sharpe's counsel insisted on Jane Doe signing a confidentiality agreement. Mr. Sharpe's attorney has now breached that agreement, while at the same time deliberately revealing Jane Doe's name, phone number, and private messages that, again, predate the alleged R word. That was a grievous error on Sharpe's part, because now all the things discussed and revealed in the mediation process will be, at some point, will be revealed. It says, as set forth in the filed lawsuit, Mr. Sharpe's conduct throughout the 2-year relationship reveals a pattern of narcissism, manipulation, coercive control. It grew progressively worse. Sharpe's new lawyer claims in his statement that the evidence paints a clear picture. He's right about that. It's just not the picture he wants the public to see. Although we will save the video discussed by Sharpe's lawyers for the courtroom, I would suggest that Mr. Sharpe's new lawyer take a moment and listen to his client at a different time on audio and ask his client for the real story, the truth. Ladies and gentlemen, Tony Busby said he got multiple audios. They gonna leak this like a faucet on that dude, man. If I was Shannon Sharpe, should not say another word. Shannon Sharpe should not say another word again about this whole situation. He need to leave the situation alone and not say another word. To me, he got himself in trouble trying to come out on this story and speaking on it. Skip Punk Bayless got to ride under the radar because all he did was ignore it. He was just quiet. We was all saying, Skip, what's up? You ain't gonna say nothing? Skip did not take the bait. He was quiet. And it went right past him. If Skip would have came out daring this girl to do this, man, that girl might have came out, dropped receipts to the public. That would have destroyed Skip even more. Then that would have caused a big outrage and a big conversation. But Skip, since he was quiet and let his lawyers do the work, this is what happened. Right? These are all facts. These are all facts. I'm telling y'all what it is. Shannon Sharpe should not have said nothing. Shouldn't have said anything, in my opinion. Straight up. And I'm just being real with y'all. The fact that he did, now, Tony Busby and them, they're going to slow lead this stuff. They're going to slow lead this stuff. And now it seems like from the way Stephen A. Snitch was talking, that Shannon Sharpe's job is probably in jeopardy. Stephen A. talking about something, he talked to the bosses and they're taking this very seriously and he don't know. Man, this dude is a roach. Straight up. I have no respect for Stephen A. Smith because Shannon Sharpe, your boy. He's supposed to be your boy. And you ducked out on this dude. And if he told you that that's your boy, you supposed to stand 10 toes with him until otherwise noticed. Not only that, you stood up for Skip Punk Bayless. You stood up for Dana White. But you curl your toes and bow down when it comes to Shannon Sharpe, a dude who helped you get that $100 million. Let's be real. Shannon Sharpe helped you get that $100 million, punk, because he came over there and put y'all ratings through the roof. He doubled y'all ratings. That's right. And trust me, don't nobody over there at ESPN like or respect you. That's why Paul Heyman and all of them over there on the Pat McAfee show laughing at you, calling you, basically saying you a joke. But I know, Stephen A., you're going to act like you didn't hear that and not keep that same energy because you don't want that energy with them. These are facts. These are facts. I don't care what it is. Stephen A. Smith's supposed to be standing on business when it comes to that's your man's, nigga. We don't know Shannon Sharpe. You be with Shannon Sharpe all the time. You work with this dude. Again. Straight up. He gonna sit up there and I don't know, man. I don't know. I talked to the bosses, man. It ain't my decision, though, man. They taking this thing very serious, man. This dude's a chump. Talking about he gonna run for president. President of what? What presidency you running for? Presidency of shape-ups? Talking about something, yeah, man, you know, the gangsters, they used to watch me at the park, man. I used to go out there and shoot at the park. They believed in me, man. They wouldn't even sell no drugs, man. They just wait till I finish shooting. And they watch the park for me, man. And the lights, they'll make sure they keep the lights on. They wouldn't even turn the lights off until I left. Capping ass. Sit up there and pull this fake ass and then talk all that Bumpy Johnson, Carlos Gambino talk, and LeBron James run down on you. You sit up there and looked at him like you lost your meal, fool. That was when you supposed to turn up. You turned down. Then go back on TV the next day dressed up like Nino Brown, acting like a damn fool over there on Gills. Something wrong with you. Yeah, I was talking to you. But you ain't say it to his face, though. You was right there. You ain't want none of that smoke. You was in your area, too. What you think LeBron was going to do? Punch you? He wasn't going to do that. Scary ass nigga, man. I don't like this dude, bro. Like I said before, them dudes is fake and phony. Straight up. Shannon Sharpe got a bunch of fake dudes around him. Him and that dude that he called King. When Shannon Sharpe was willing to put it all on the line for LeBron James over there at that Lakers game against the Memphis Grizzlies, LeBron James looked at Shannon Sharpe over there about to fight the whole team, and he walked out the arena. Go back and look at the video. Shannon Sharpe about to fight the whole Grizzly squad. LeBron looked over there, turned around, up, now I'm gone. Walked right out the arena to the locker room. He won't get over there in that mix. Straight up. I'd be bad if I was Shannon Sharpe. You ain't finna stand up for me. Because I tell y'all something. I promise y'all this. I guarantee y'all Shannon Sharpe would have stood up for Stephen A. Unless somebody would have came out and accused Stephen A. Shannon Sharpe would have came out there and stood on business for Stephen A. He would have been firm about it. I ain't lying about that. Sharpe would have came out firm standing on business for Shannon. You come out putting some allegations against Stephen A. Shannon Sharpe would have stood on business for Stephen A. Period. And that's facts. This dude, Stephen A., man, like I said before, he started thinking about his check. He was like, nah, I just got that $100 million, man. I can't do all that. I can't do all that, man. I just got that $100 million, man. I ain't finna risk it. Yeah, that's what he think. I ain't finna risk it, man. I ain't finna risk it. Y'all see what's going on. Y'all let me know what y'all feel, though, man. This y'all king. Man, and Sharpe, if you listen to this, man, I pray for you, brother. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like my boy Dreamers Pro said, it's been something with you every 6 months, bro. It's this. Then it was a situation with the fight that you had to apologize for. Then it was a situation with the IG Live. It's something with Shannon Sharpe all the time. Come on, dog. Real talk, man. These dudes people should be learning lessons from this. But instead of people teaching these young fellas lessons, they out here perpetuating the foolishness. Hey, dog, let me tell you something. Don't be talking to them chicks like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? And everybody say, oh, why she didn't file a criminal complaint? I'm going to tell y'all why. Because them ladies feel like they hurt you more when they hit you in your pockets. Let me say that again. I don't want to whisper that. These ladies feel like they hurt you the most when they hit you in your pockets. That's right. Oh, that's right. See, people feel the most pain when they get hit in them pockets. See what I'm saying? See, yeah, you get hit in them pockets, niggas start feeling away. They feel that. They feel that. Man, why are these babies in here crying, man? I got some baby rocks in here crying, y'all. These motherfuckers in here crying. What's the deal, man? Huh? What up? What up, man? What up? What y'all crying for? Come on, get this food. Come on. Come on, man. Come on. Time for y'all to eat. Come on. Come on. All right. Good job. All right, y'all. I'm going to holler at y'all. Let me get these puppies some food. I'm gone. Y'all stop.
All right, you guys, so we appreciate everybody that popped in, supported this video. Make sure that you guys shop our merch. We got that new A-Weapons merchandise right there below this video. All you got to do is look below. The links will be pinned at the top of the comment section as well to get the merch, to donate, support the channel, and subscribe to our podcast show. You'll see all those links pinned at the top of the comment section of this video. And we appreciate everybody that supports this channel and our networks. Also, that straight drop weight loss formula. Go to the website. You guys will see that. A link for that will be pinned at the top of the comment section as well. Go right there for all of your weight loss needs. Straight drop weight loss formula. We have a lot of testimonials on the website. You can go to www.str-8-drop.com and get you some of the weight loss formula today. Take your weight loss serious. Get in the gym. Work out, exercise, and do what you got to do. Stay on point. We appreciate everybody that's been locked into this video. Again, all the links are pinned at the top of the comment section below. Salute to all of y'all. And again, we appreciate everybody who support what we doing over here.